What's up, guys? Welcome back to Bring Me Joy-Con. So today we need to take a look at Ni no Kuni because I finally got uh, the Switch copy. I absolutely fell in love with this game on the PS3. I actually grabbed it because it was when I had very first gotten into PlayStation collecting, and I was a bit young and naive, didn't know a lot about which games were rare, which games weren't. But this game I had never seen before, and I didn't know a lot of people that none of my friends had it back in the day. And so I picked it up. It was like 15 or 20 bucks marked down, and I grabbed it. And for a while, I actually left it sealed because I thought, oh, maybe this will be worth something someday. Little did I know it sold like way over 1 million copies, and it was a huge success. But it probably helps that Studio Ghibli did the art and everything for it, which, if you don't know, those are the guys that did Totoro and Ponyo and all those fantastic movies that came from Japan and got released under Disney for the United States. Um, and of course, Level 5, the same that made Professor Layton, um, did most of this game. So young naive me was like, oh, I've never seen that before, maybe I could snatch one up and it'll be valuable someday. But enough backstory. I finally got the Switch copy. I got it the day after Christmas, and it was really nice. I waited all this time to get the Switch copy, and like I said, I'd fallen in love with it on the PS3, and so putting it in the Switch for the first time and playing was like a bit of a homecoming. It felt, it was a very nice, warm, familiar feeling I got starting this game up on my Nintendo Switch. Only now it's portable, and I love playing RPGs in handheld mode. I've talked about this before, but to me, it's more of an intimate kind of thing if you play an RPG that has a really great story, versus, like, say I was gonna play Rocket League, I would probably just play it up on the TV. But it really helps me to sit and play in handheld mode when I can play it, and sort of isolate myself and really get into the story and the gameplay and everything. And luckily for me, you know, in my opinion, this copy is even better. It's the exact same game as the PS3 copy, only yeah, I'm gonna say it again. I think the loading times are faster on the Switch, and I said this about Final Fantasy X as well. And I have no idea why certain games have such a struggle with loading, like Crash Team Racing does on the Switch, because um, so far every remake or port that I've played on the Switch loads faster than the original. So that was fantastic news. I don't have to wait quite as long to get into the next scene or the next battle. If you have never played Ni no Kuni before, basically it's the story of a boy who's trying to save his mother, and he needs to go on this long journey to defeat this evil person. And throughout his journey, he meets some fairies, and he gets a wand, and sort of Harry Potter like. You learn all these different spells that you can cast, and it's interesting because he is a this magical kid who can cast spells and everything, but for the most part, when fighting and stuff, I don't use a lot of the spells. Sometimes I'll cast like a fireball or something just because it's pretty effective, but they've got these things called familiars, and they are basically Pokemon, or very similar. You can tell that it's a very similar idea, and it's like an action RPG. So you do enter a battle when an enemy runs into you. So there's like a little loading screen, and then you go into this battle sequence. But it's not like a turn-based fighting. It's like you can attack, but you can also move your character. So you can move your character say the enemy's going to hit you with something, you can move your character out of the way. It's not always that easy to avoid, because when you're attacking, it takes a minute for you to gain control of your character again. So say you attack, I like to use Mighty just because he's the first familiar that you get. And I don't know, something about him, I just like him. So he's got this little sword. He kind of looks almost like a stuffed animal or something. And anyway, he can attack with his sword, but then it takes him a second after he's done attacking for you to be able to gain control over him and move him. So if you just go in like crazy and attack, and just spam the attack button, you're going to take damage from the enemy quite a bit. So you still have that strategy aspect. Also, there's a defend button, and some of these bosses, if you don't know how to time properly either your defend button, you're gonna get destroyed, because most of the time you can see when they're winding up for a huge attack, and if you don't hit the defend button, if you hit defend, you might take like 3 damage. If you don't hit the defend in time, you could take 200, 300, 400 damage and just lose right away. I believe I put a clip in here where I was fighting the first big boss and I wasn't quick enough and died. So I really like that though about it. It's like action, fighting. Like you can run around and fight with your sword, but then there is a strategy to it, and you can't just Kingdom Hearts style it where you just go in and slash everything until it's all dead. Just doesn't work that way. So, but I will say for this game, the biggest thing is the story, and meeting all these wonderful characters, and just the storytelling, and I don't want to give any spoilers, but the beginning of it is so sad. Like one of the saddest. I don't usually get sad from like video games. It's a made up story. It's not, to me, like it's most video games. It's like, yeah, okay, but this story is made up, so it's not that sad. But this game in particular, well, I don't know. It just gets me. It's very, very sad. And that kind of sets the tone for the rest of the game. This kid, and he wants so badly to be able to help his mother, and so it's just a really great story. Like I said, Studio Ghibli worked on it, so they're of course amazing at their movies and storylines and everything, and the animation is beautiful. It's all this really awesome, like, I don't even know how to really describe it. I mean, you can see, obviously, in the video, but it's like this cartoony, but then everything has, like, these hard lines around them. Like, it's just such a cool-looking art style that they did this game in, and I really like that. So, if you have not picked up Ni no Kuni on the Nintendo Switch, and you have never played it before, definitely play it. I recommend the Switch copy, although I should mention, just because I don't want to be a bad guy and not tell you guys this, the PS4 copy is actually a remaster, so they've upscaled the graphics, whereas the Nintendo Switch copy is a direct port of the PS3 game. Now, like I said, to me, like, I love the Nintendo Switch. I have a PS4, but if I can own something on the Switch, I will buy it on the Switch every time. So, just throwing that out there. Thank you guys for checking out my video, checking out my review. Like I said, fantastic game. If you don't follow me on Instagram yet, or Twitter, or if you have not joined our Discord yet, please join our Discord. It's a lot of fun to chit-chat with people over there, and I'm really into, like, tech kind of stuff too, and so if you guys have any questions about stuff like that, I've played almost every game system there is, but I'm also into, like, the Raspberry Pi stuff and all these newer handheld Game Boy ripoffs that you can add ROMs to and stuff. So the tech world fascinates me, and it always has. So Discord's a fun place to chat with me there. And there's some other cool YouTubers over there too, like like War Train and Huddy Bear and Apple Juice. So, yeah, join us on Discord because it's an absolute blast to chit chat over there with everybody. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, and have an awesome day.